Peace and love, blessed love. My name is Thomas Sango. Oh, yeah. My name is King Solomon, my musical name, and welcome to another video of the Petuma Atendra, where we're talking about the species of the earth. Yes, species of the earth. You know, um, yeah. So when it comes to being the species of the earth, you've got to know that humans are not the only species on earth. You've got to know that when we actually pulled up onto Earth. I don't know how to put it, but when we came to Earth, we actually found other species on Earth. Even Kredomoto teaches us that there's about over 28 species on Earth, you know, and we are one of them. You feel what I'm saying? So there was another individual talking about people who are actually children of aliens because humans made love with aliens, but actually we made love with aliens that are also on this plane, that we found on this plane. Like, for example, we found reptilians on this plane. You feel what I'm saying? We found other species on this plane that I shall be talking about more as time goes by. But you've got to know that we are not the only species on Earth. You know, one day you could meet a certain species. Like, for example, Kreromoto was even explaining about a certain species called Mohondoruga. A Mohondoruga is not something you're going to see likely, because once you see a Mohondoruga, your body freezes and your your body becomes hollow. When they knock on your body, it's like a shell. You feel what I'm saying? Like, even dogs, when it passes, it creates that kind of vibe where the whole a dog's body becomes hollow. When they touch the dog's body, it's like they can knock inside and it becomes like you feel what I'm saying? There's that kind of creature. It even makes the trees freeze and they become white, this pale kind of white. And once a Mohondo Ruga passes, you've got to know that there will be danger there. There will be war, there will be deaths. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not creatures that you'd likely meet, but they are there, those kind of creatures. There's creatures that should stay far away from humans, because at the same time, once they get close to humans, the smell could actually make us sick. The 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 way those creatures live, it's not even human. Basically, it's not part of our way of living, because their way of living, these creatures could make us fall sick. You feel what I'm saying? That's why you see a lot of people falling sick today, because of these creatures are pulling up and they're starting to live with us, amongst us, because of pollution, because of negative energy being invested around certain environments. And you all don't know that when you invest negative energy in an environment, you are calling certain creatures into that environment. That's why I'm even explaining that we're not the only creatures living on this plane. You all are just seeing, pardon, you are just seeing things from the third dimension, from the third dimensional plane. But there's other creatures you will see once your third eye is open. Once you're starting to see from the fifth dimensional plane, you'll start to see that there's other creatures living around your house, even because of the way you are talking and reacting to the energies around you and everybody around you. And some are even bringing creatures into your house because of the way they talk and live outside. You feel what I'm saying? So because they are also living with those creatures at the same time. Sometimes some people talk with their minds, but they don't know they are telepathically responding to these creatures. Because at the same time, these creatures, they don't talk with the mouth only. They can even talk with you within your minds, and you'll think that y'all are talking to yourselves. So believe you me, there are other species living around this plane. They are very disturbing. They can even sit on your shoulder. You'll even feel them sometimes. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's why sometimes we feel certain energies around us. Because there's entities, there's other beings, species that are living within other dimensions. You feel what I'm saying? So it's those kind of things that you unlock as time goes by. You start to see other creatures. You start to see other species that we are living amongst here on this plane called Earth. And you've got to know that they are there. They are there, and we've been living amongst them for a long time. And sometimes you will see them. Sometimes, you will think that, nah, this is my brother. This is a black brother and sister. No, it's not. Feel what I'm saying? Sometimes you may think that's a white person over there. It's not a white person. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes you may think that some things are dogs. Some things, flying on trees at night. You feel what I'm saying? They be walking on trees at night. Some things are even watching you from trees at night. But some of y'all don't even see it. That's why I'm like, once you unlock the third eye, you start to see other creatures. There's not only one creature. There's not only the reptilians. There's not only reptilian greys. You feel what I'm saying? Because reptilian greys are a species that came after these species. Because the reptilian greys are a developed and engineered species created by the original reptilians, which are the reptilians that look like snakes and all those kind of things. So you've got to know that greys are a creation of reptilians. That's why greys don't have a spirit or a soul. They just have a consciousness. That's why at the end of the day, when greys do something on humans, they don't feel anything. They just do it out of, we are going to do this thing and we're going to get done with it because it's like an experiment and all those kind of things. But I shall explain more about these things, more and more as time goes by, because I can see that I'm getting back to the astral realm kind of explanations and all those kind of things, Otherwise, this is the Petuma Atendra. Peace and love.